Hi, guys, and welcome to the Horror Room. I'm back again with a midweek update. So, you know what that means? It means I found some more stuff. Of course. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here, right? So, first off, I have the Book of the Dead. It's basically a comprehensive guide to zombie films. It's got a huge list in here of different films that feature zombies, whether they be voodoo or your Into the Dead apocalypse type zombies. It's mostly black and white, but there are some cover or color, not cover, color sections that highlight certain zombie films and artwork. So I think that's pretty cool. It's got lots of neat, weird stuff that I've never even heard of. So I'm excited to look through this and see if there's any zombie movies that I'm missing out on that I need to add to my collection, of course. So glad to have this. Then, of course, I had to buy this movie as soon as it came out. Decided to buy it on DVD because there's really no extra features on the Blu ray. I don't know about the 4K. I don't think it's out or a steelbook or whatever, or it's probably exclusive to somewhere, and I just don't know. And that's The Monkey. This is a really good movie. Really enjoyed seeing it in theaters. It's by Osgood Perkins. Yes, Osgood Perkins. A lot of fun. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. The kills are pretty fun. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to spoil it. Next, we have a movie that I kind of stumbled upon, but I remembered hearing that it was pretty infamous, and I was like, hey, you know my extreme movie collection? I gotta add another one. And that is 100 Tears. Not your typical killer clown movie. Let me just go ahead and read what the back of this says. It says, available for the first time with never before seen gore and added extra footage. 100 Tears, the underground cult favorite, can be seen for the first time as the director intended. Ooh. After being accused of crimes he did not commit, a lonely circus performer exacts his revenge on those who unjustly condemned him. The act sparks something inside of him which he cannot stop, and now, years later, his inner demons have truly surfaced. Part urban legend, part tabloid sensationalism, he is now an unstoppable, murderous juggernaut, fueled only by hate. Going to the circus will never be the same again. Ugh. Uh, but yeah, it looks cool, and it's got a reversible cover, so that's pretty neat. I love when films do that. I think more people should do that. And I love the clear cases. So yeah, it's a good addition. And of course, I had to buy some VHS tapes. First, we have a classic that I was pretty surprised I didn't have. I have the second movie, but I didn't have the first one. So I was like, you know what? Gotta add Jaws to the collection. That's like a classic. And it's a great movie to watch during the summertime. So now I can watch this one. Now I know this might be a controversial opinion, but I really do want to get Jaws 3. As bad as that movie is, I would love to have it on VHS and Laserdisc. So fingers crossed I can find that one eventually. Here's a movie that I technically bought on DVD, but the cover just doesn't stand out as much as the VHS, and that's Graveyard Shift. Look at that cover. That just pops out on the video shelf. This is an underrated Stephen King classic, in my opinion. Very good performances. Brad Dourif, of course, steals the show. He's not in it for a lot of the movie, but he's pretty good. But it's great. I loved it. Next, we have a sequel to a movie I bought. I can't reach it or I'd grab it, but Trilogy of Terror 2. Now, the first one, a little outdated, but obviously people remember the Zuni fetish doll. And of course, they had to make a sequel. And from what I hear, this is basically the same story as that one, at least for the Zuni fetish doll one, which is called He Who Kills. But it's got some interesting side stories on here. It's a kind of an anthology film. So I said, hey, who doesn't love a good anthology? I've got to be crazy to not add that one to my collection. And for these last two, these are some that I was really excited to add to the collection. First off, we have Fangoria's Weekend of Horror. Uh, it basically, to me, looks like a behind the scenes of an early convention that Fangoria hosted. Let me go ahead and read the back just to see what we're getting into. Here is an engaging, offbeat look at the horror industry's biggest event, the annual Fangoria National Convention. You'll see the talented stars and definitive artists who have contributed to some of the horror genre's greatest works. Robert Englund, Rick Baker, Toby Hooper, and many other legendary greats appear, interspersed with clips from their best known films. And you'll see the attending horror fans who have come to celebrate, fully costumed in all their gory glory. It's a monster bash, it's an absolute scream, it's Fangoria's Weekend of Horrors. So, this is going to be a pretty fun little time capsule of basically when Fangoria was like synonymous with horror fans. Um, and I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to dive in and check this out. See some of the behind the scenes, like interviews and stuff. Um, and lastly, we have a movie that is truly absurd. I mean that literally. It's the movie Absurd, but they decided, hey, we want to cash in on that zombie money. Because, when Fulci made Zombie, it was to cash in on Dawn of the Dead, and he called it Zombie 2 because in Europe they called Dawn of the Dead Zombie. It's a whole thing. And there were 5 of those. But apparently there weren't. There were 6. But this is, like I said, technically it's the movie Absurd. They just retitled it to fit in with the zombie movies, even though this literally is as far away from a zombie movie as Zombie 5 is, which, if you know, that's killing birds. It's killer birds. I guess you could say there's some zombie elements in that. But this one is basically Absurd, which is a kind of sequel to Anthropophagus, which is a great movie. Usually goes by the title The Grim Reaper as well. And Absurd is kind of a lesser known sequel. But this one, I remember seeing this a lot at the video stores. It was one that I was like, Zombie 6? Like, I can't watch that. I haven't seen the other 5. And it didn't look very interesting. But now that I know it's truly the movie Absurd, and I have that movie, I was like, I have to add this to my collection. It's great. So now technically the only zombie movie I don't own on VHS. Well, okay, I don't own a lot of the zombie movies on VHS, just 1 and 6. But I do I do have Zombie 90, Pestilence 90, or whatever it's called, on DVD. Part of the Zombie Doom one that I bought. But yeah, so this is a cool thing that I remembered, and I was like, you know what? It's probably not that much, and it really wasn't. So I was like, I'd be stupid not to get it. Now, I will say some of the movies that I showed you are technically on my bingo card for movies that I'm looking for, or was looking for, at the VHS Fest coming up. So I technically cheated a little bit and bought some movies early. It doesn't mean that I'm actually going to get a bingo, because a lot of those films on that list are kind of hard to find. But who knows? Even if I don't get a bingo on that card, I'd just be happy to get a couple new tapes. Obviously my main focus is going to be horror, but I'll probably, if I find some cheap other genres, I wouldn't mind grabbing some of those. So yeah, there's my quick little haul update. Obviously, if you see another one of these on a Wednesday, that's usually what it means, unless it's like an update of, I don't know, something else. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on Sunday.